Okay, so we're going to talk about the conduction system and the EKG. So the cardiac conduction system is essentially the heartbeat. And that starts in the SA node, the sinoatrial node. It is located at the top of the right atria. And when this signal sends an electrical impulse through the cell walls, or through the heart's walls, it fills the right atria with blood, and also the left atria. And as the excitation spreads through the atrial myocardium, it then pumps blood through the valves and into the AV nodes. So this is the AV node. And once the signal arrives to the AV node, it is slowed for an instant to allow the heart's right and left ventricles to fill with blood. So as the right and the left ventricles are filling with blood, the signal in the heart, the electrical signal in the heart is going down the bundle of His, which is this right here. And then it goes down the right and left bundle branches and to the Purkinje fibers. And this is why the whole process is slowed for just an instant, because the impulse is sending down the septum. Once the signal leaves the branches and through the Purkinje fibers, that are directly connected to the heart's or the heart's ventricles, it quickly spreads across the heart's ventricles. The signal does. And as the signal spreads across the ventricle walls, both ventricles contract. So the Purkinje fibers, once it releases that signal, it contracts the heart. Now, the ventricles contract, but not at the same time. So the left ventricle contracts an instant before the right. So this part contracts before this part. So as the contraction occurs, it contracts here. This is where the heart's left ventricle pushes blood through the aortic valve and spreads through the rest of the body, while the right ventricle pushes blood through the pulmonary valve to your lungs. So each ventricle have different responsibilities. As a signal passes, the walls of the ventricles relax and they wait for the next signal to pass. So this is why we do an AED. So it tries to restart the signals. So it tries to restart the heart, to start it to have it pump the blood, to get you to have blood flow, and to get you to start breathing too. So that's if you're unconscious. So in summary, we want to retell that by looking at this EKG reading. So here is the SA node, the start of it, and this is where the SA node depolarizes and the impulse arrives to the AV node. And as the impulse passes through the bundle of His, this is where it slows for an instant, and through the bundle branches and the Purkinje fibers, it reaches Q. And that is the process between that. And then once it goes to R, the R wave marks the heart's contraction of the left ventricle, and then the S wave marks the heart's contraction of the right ventricle. And then once we get to the T wave, that is where the heart ventricles are relaxing and the ventricles are then waiting for the next electrical impulse to meet. So, beginning and the end. I hope this makes sense. Again, this is the connection between the conduction system and the EKG.